Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Sunday. And I hope you've been having a really a lovely Saturday without me as well. I know. Yesterday didn't get to meet for our Amy Sao. And today, oh, I cannot wait. Uh, I've been dying to stitch since yesterday. And but I'm here, okay? We are here. So that's the most important thing this beautiful Sunday. And this is the piece I've been looking forward to stitch since yesterday. Well, actually, the day before. And I actually had everything set up yesterday because I knew yesterday was going to be a late one, with teaching. So I didn't get home till about 7 p.m. And so I thought, well, if I get everything ready and set up, all I have to do when I come home is just turn on the camera and start streaming, right? So I got everything set up right here. And when I got home, well, the battery power just wasn't sufficient. Okay, so that's just the way it is. But I'm really looking forward to today. And that's why today's title is No Calf Flaps Required, because yesterday was our Amy Sao, but I wanted to stitch this piece, okay, it's not Amy Stewart. That's how much I was looking forward to stitch this piece. So this piece of artwork, this chart, I started, I cannot remember, during the marathon. We had a marathon for Stitches and Stitches So Beautiful. Okay, let me show you the markup at the same time. This is the beautiful chart here. And this is an artwork by Adrian, G. Eyre. Okay, hopefully I pronounced it properly. And it's an artist I really like. And I'm sure a lot of you became a fan as well because I think he's a male artist. All of his artwork is surrounding, kind of revolving around heart shape, kind of expressed a different way. So it's really interesting. And this was the piece of my choice here out of his collection. And it's just an explosion of beautiful colors. And the style, apparently, is kind of as a tribute to Van Gogh. And you can see there's some, signature sort of style there. That's very sort of Van Gogh-esque. And so this piece, I started a few months ago during the marathon, and you were here with me, okay, many of you. And this is my progress so far. So I started from, oh dear, let me just turn it off. I was trying to figure out where to stitch today. I was trying to have a strategy, okay? So I started from bottom left. This is the first bottom left star for me. And this chart is biggish, not quite supersize, okay? So roughly around maybe regular size for Heaven and Earth. And this is from Stitches So Beautiful. I started from bottom left. So it's a little bit going on there, okay? One stitch at a time. Who's counting stitches? No one. I'm not. And in terms of dimension, this is probably one of the largest pieces by Stitches So Beautiful, I believe. I don't think they do super size. So this is quite a large chart as far as they go, okay? And so let me show you the dimension here. I think if I remember correctly, yes, 600 by 600, if you look at the upper left there. And so it's not a small piece, okay? But it's by no means the largest I've got. I've got super size for Heaven and Earth as well. And so in terms of progress, it's a modest 0.39 currently. And I'm not mad about that. It's fine, it's been really good fun stitching this piece. And number of colors for this piece is 179. So somewhere in the Heaven and Earth expansion, and plus a little bit more, kind of, a number of colors. And I am going to start the sprint here, right in front of you, okay? Seeing is believing. Yes, where's my sprint? Right here. So this is going to count every single stitch I'm doing today. And at the end of every stream, I share the number with you and we celebrate. It doesn't matter if it's 60 stitches or 600. Not that I ever stitch 600. But, you know, we celebrate every single stitch. And hello, everyone. I want to say hello to all of you on this beautiful Sunday. And we have Rajal here first to report to the chat. And Rajal says, hello, everyone. Happy stitching on Sunday. Going home from Dallas. Oh, right. Traveling home, safe journey. And great to see you, Rajal. And Jojo is also here as well and says, hello, everyone. Looking forward to an enjoyable stitching session. Exactly. And this is what, you know, stitching is about, is enjoying the company as well and the stitching and the chat. Great to see you, Jojo. And we also have Ace here reporting to the chat. Says, hi, Yogi and everyone. I hope everyone has a lovely Sunday. And to you as well, Ace. Well done. And walk away. Oh, walk away. Renee. You have finished the piece. Oh, I wish I was here yesterday because we could have celebrated and celebrated together. And Renee has finished the Sad Girl piece. Okay, if you want to have a look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. It's based on a painting, and you can see the finished work on our Facebook group if you haven't joined already. And so, congratulations, walk away, Renee. But the problem is, you have to come up with another piece. You know, the focal piece for you, and that's the problem with finishing. You know, that's why I don't finish anything. And Rachel is also here as well. Good to see you, and as fit as ever. And Alisa as well. Hello, hello. And Grace, hello. 2 hands waving at the chat. And Miss Mischief as well. Great to see you. And Susan, our lovely Susan, is here. And Love Drunk. And hello, hello. And Lucy. Lucy says, hi, everyone. I was another member-only replay. Oh, you were watching. Hang on. Let me read this carefully. Lucy says, I was watching another members only replay last night, Yogi, that crochet. Oh, the crochet blanket you worked on was amazing. And thank you for the mini yoga session. Just wonderful. I know. Yes. With members, you know, we're going to do another session very soon. I know I've been a little bit all over the place recently, but I'm getting it sorted. Okay. I'm trying to reduce my classes in the evening. I know it's a little bit hectic during the summer. But yes, we're going to do another member session. And this one Lucy is referring to is the one I actually didn't stitch. So normally we do side quest during our members only. And sometimes I stitch different types of project. And this one, I was actually doing crochet of my blanket. Just talking about that blanket. I have not finished yet, Lucy. And I need to get back to that. And we do yoga from time to time as well. And great to see you, Lucy. Lucy's doing a lot of homework. And so wonderful. And Sola, hello, Sola. And we also have Monique saying hello as well. And who else? Oh, let me come back one by one, okay? I want to read your comments properly and stitch at the same time. So why don't we get started? And so today, as I said, I've been really looking forward to this piece. Okay, sometimes, you know, when you have one whip, it's just going stitch me, stitch me, and you just can't wait. And also I love the fact that I'm stitching this piece with this method. This is Blue Sue stitch showrooms method. Okay, and I kind of, you know, modify here and there to make it work for me, but generally I just love the spirit of it. It flows with this beautiful chaos quite well, and I just love it. So here we go. So my plan today is to follow the same method. I really love it. And flowing upwards with the part threads and park, you know, just by ending the threads loosely like this. But today I want to focus on the section on the left here, because I think the last one I was kind of extending the line here a little bit. I might do a little bit of that as well as a starting point because there are some darker stitches. But over here I discovered there's going to be some orange colors, which is so pretty. You know, this piece, if you look at the markup here, it's so vibrant, okay, so light. But I think in actual fact, the thread colors are a little bit slightly on the darker end. So I'm looking forward to the explosion of the colors here. So this is my plan. What's your plan? What are you stitching today with Yogi? And let me just start by coming to the work mode, and I want to start picking the first numbers. So I want to come down here to the right side first, because there's a whole bunch of darker stitches. It would be very nice as a warm-up, okay? And I'm also going to turn on my 10 by 10 gridding as well to help me. Why is it blue? Let me make it into a different color here. Okay, so I can actually see it. Okay, excellent. Maybe a green, I don't know, blue. Because oh, blue is fine then. Okay, so here we are. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So I want to start at the bottom right here. I want to start here. And let's have a look. Sola says, hi Yogi, let's go for the Yomari stitches today. Well, I can't promise. You know, Yomari is a little bit elusive. Sometimes, you know, it's like being possessed by a spirit. It doesn't work every single time. So let's see how it goes. So I'm going to start from here. The first color of my choice is 939. 939. And 939. So I'm stitching. This is 25 count even weave, and I'm stitching with DMC full cross. 939. It's a dark blue actually. Renee says, I never started at bottom left. Is it a good strategy, Yogi? Thoughts? Well, to be honest, I'm slightly surprised myself, Renee, that it doesn't matter which side I'm starting. It doesn't seem to make any difference to me, because I started off learning full coverage from upper left. And so I have many pieces. I started either upper left or center. Center, I totally understand. So I always, you know, I was always taught to stitch from the center. But I always thought it was going to be awkward or feel awkward if I were to stitch from the right to left or bottom up. But I find that it actually doesn't make that difference, that much difference to me. I just need to remember where, you know, which direction I'm flowing. And normally, if I start from the corner, I flow diagonally in some way. That's kind of just my natural sort of instinct. And so I don't know, it's a good strategy. It's more of a sort of variety of different corners that you start, so you don't get bored. And also, you know, maybe through stitching, you kind of experience different things. So that's more for those reasons. I don't know if it's making me stitching faster or slower. I don't really know. I don't think it really makes that much difference in terms of speed or efficiency. It just, you know, slightly different, and it's fun. Okay, so this row goes all the way. Oh, I've already done that one. For some reason, I didn't mark. That is so strange. This was probably the last stitches I've done last time. I always forget to mark them. So this one goes all the way to the end of the block. Monique says, I always start at the bottom left, very easy stitch to me. I think it's to do with orientation in terms of, you know, some stitches might have that sort of most comfortable, most instinctive corner. For me, it was always the center, because, you know, we can just start from the center is very easy. So upper left, I think it makes perfect sense to me. That's kind of, that's how you read books, don't you? You start from top left if you read magazines, that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. I haven't read books for ages. Yes, I think books are starting from upper left to bottom right. So I think for most people, most humans, that makes sense. But I was surprised to find that, starting from upper right or bottom up doesn't seem to bother me at all. Heather, hello Heather, happy Sunday. And Elisa says I usually start from top left, but I do have a few bottom left. Pokemon comes to mind. I don't think you can go wrong, Yogi. Yes, it doesn't seem to make any difference, and I like the fact that I'm parking from bottom up because I feel like I'm defying gravity. Because normally if I park from top down, so it's good fun. It's just nice to see the path thread kind of flowing different ways. And that's what it's all about, varieties and just creating different experiences. And maybe you learn something from it and entertained as well. Suki, hello Suki. Great to see you. Oh, Renee says, I've already chosen a new focus piece and today I'm kitting it up today, and it's Artisy's Light of Faith. Oh, it's all very kind of, grown up, very grown up, theme for Renee. Very nice. I love to see the mock-up. I'm happy stitching pies, so not very profound, but it's good fun. Busy Mom, hello Busy Mom, how are you? Great to see you. And some stitchers will slightly worry about Busy Mom, and Busy Mom is back, right? To create content and stuff. So sometimes we just need a break and feel refreshed and recharged. So great to see you, Busy Mom. And Cindy as well says hello to you. And Susan is stitching Christmas truck. Yes, Susan is, Christmas stitching full swing. Oh, talking about Christmas. Guys, okay? A little bit of update. The marathon, originally, it was going to be next week, next Saturday. I think I'm going to move it to August. You probably saw this coming, right? Because I want to be able to stitch my own piece, my own Christmas chart, my first chart for the marathon. So be patient with me, okay? Be patient with Yogi. And I'm hoping August will be the month for us to start the Christmas in August. Who cares about July, And Christmas for July is for losers. And we're doing Christmas for August, guys. We're pioneers, all right? So we're going to do a Christmas for in August marathon, okay? So bear with me. And I'll get our work done and charted. And we will, have an epic marathon together. And I'll give you an update, okay? And Lona says, hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends, hello to you. And Ace, I'm so sorry, I only read this now. Bingo, 939. I'm still stitching 939. So, congratulations. And everybody, if you have the emoji, please flash for our Ace here. And bingo, 939 here. Well done. The first spooky bingo. Sometimes we go through the entire session without spooky bingo. I love a little bit of a spooky bingo action. Daria, hello, says, hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. Happy stitching day. Yes, I'm really enjoying it. And the starting colors is actually, it's got quite a few stitches. So I'm really enjoying it. And it's a dark color as well. Very nice. It's nice warm up color. Sometimes I warm up with 310. And sometimes, very close to 310. And just before the stream, I was running around trying to find my phone. You know, one of these moments, you just cannot find something. You know you've just got it. You just use it, you know, a few minutes ago. And for some reason, you just cannot find that thing. And I was running around everywhere in the house trying to find my phone. Couldn't find it. I checked everywhere 3 times minimum. Could not find it. And just right before this live stream, I found it. And it was placed somewhere really, really odd. It was on top of the shelf here. I don't know why I put it there. I was probably looking for something. And then I just popped it on the side. It's just so weird. Chivers, hello Chivers. And Susan is having a spooky bingo 939 as well. Wow. This is a popular color. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Lona and Lizzie and Rajao as well, flashing the bingo card. And now for Ace and also Susan as well. Very nice. We like a little bit of a spooky bingo. And hello, Lizzie. And Suzanne is here as well. Hello. Alisa says, oh, to Renee's. Yes. And yes, welcome back, busy mom. Okay, so this stitch over here, let me remember to mark. And this one, I can probably, I'm trying to figure out whether this is, oh, this is a park thread. So in that case, I am going to park here. Let me just park here. So if I run into a park thread that's very close, that's my cue to park. I'm still trying to learn how to park in the best spot with this method. All right then, next one. Let me have a look. I'm going to stick around this area for a little bit because I've got this thread right here. Interesting. So I am going to, where are my scissors? Trying to find my scissors. Here we go. I'm going to cut this off. Oh, Suzanne is knitting tonight. Wonderful. I have not knitted for ages. You know, I was hoping to finish my blanket at some point last winter. It didn't happen. And now it's so hot. I like stitching when it's nice and cold. You know, it's very, very cozy that way. And in the winter, but maybe this winter I'm going to finish that blanket. I want to finish that blanket. The crochet blanket. So this one, I'm going to take it down. And there. 1, 2. Okay. Jojo says working on a new whip. Everett's cottage project has been resting since 2001. What does that mean? Been resting. So you started the piece back then, and then it's been resting peacefully. Oh wow, that gives me hope because I have a couple projects, okay, no names, and they've been resting as well, like in the fridge, and it's encouraging to know at some point you want to pick them up and continue to work with them. That's very nice. And you probably have a brand new perspective, right? Because 2001, that means it's 15 years ago. 15 years ago. You're practically a different person 15 years on. So your take on the piece could be very different. And maybe, you're going to stitch it with a different method as well. So if you ever get stuck with the piece, do not throw it in the fire pit, okay? That's one option if you're Janine. But otherwise, just keep it there. Maybe one day it's going to go, hey, remember me? And stitch me, please. And maybe that's the right time. So I'm waiting, okay, patiently. And for my webs that are resting to speak to me. Let me just do grid it over here because I want to park. So I'm going to count to 10. All right. Make sure I'm doing it correctly. Let me see if I can use a needle instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be okay. Because I'm going to park over here. Two stitches from top. So this method I kind of learned from Blisu Stitch Showroom. She's got a channel, okay? So it spells blue, double SU. So color blue, SSU, and showroom. Sorry, not showroom. Stitch Showroom. it's a name that's not very easy to remember. Oh, also there is one stitch here. I don't know why. Let me just have a look. That one has been done. And so normally she would park by stitching the first leg first, and then park in one of the starting point of the second leg. And I tried that for a little bit. It just didn't work for me. My brain just couldn't process that. So now I'm just parking normally the bottom left, what I normally do. So I'm going to come back to here. So if I keep going with this area, I'm going to run into some orange colors, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to do that. Going to move to the left and work on this corner. Lisa says, I'm trying to keep up with Komari. It's hard work. Oh dear, it's beyond hard work. It's probably Superman. It requires Superman sort of, superpower to do it. I know, it's not easy. And I'm too scared to look at her channel right now because I'm just terrified. So let me pick this color. I know she's unstoppable, isn't she? 890. So I'm gonna start filling in this corner. It's a green actually. It doesn't look green. 890. Lizzie says, I would never try to keep up with anybody. Snail pace is fine with me. Well, I think it's probably, well, I don't know. I never try to compare. If I see someone stitching, very quickly, really fast, like Komari, I just watch like watching a sport. I never thought ever in my brain that I would want to stitch that fast. It's just kind of not in me to want that. But, there's nothing wrong wanting to stitch faster. It's fun, right? It's kind of trying to figure out how to do something. But that competitive streak is just not in me. Let's have a look. Ruby Rose says 2001 was 25 years ago, not 50. Ruby, I can't count. You know by now, right? Oh, thank you, Ruby. Ruby has a calculator. I don't. My calculator is broken. 25 years, 25. Did I say 15? All right then. No, 25 years. Is it? Yes, it's 226, isn't it? So, dear, oh dear. 25 years is a quarter of a century, darling. Right? Oh, that sounds so, so long. So I have time. I have time. Mine has only been rested for like barely a year. And Susan says, I restarted William at Christmas. I parked it about 4 to 5 years ago. It's a teddy looking out of a window with a Christmas tree behind him. Right. 4 to 5 years ago. And have you picked it? Have you restarted it? Oh, yes. You just said you have. I know sometimes, it's just not the right time. You know what I mean? Time makes a lot of difference. So chat, let me know. Have you got webs kind of secretly buried on the side? But somewhere in you, just feeling that maybe at some point I'm gonna go back. So you didn't throw it away. Because sometimes there are projects you just go, no, not for me anymore. And you just, end it by using the fabric for something else or whatever. But there's some projects, now is not the time, but maybe at some point, somewhere in you, you just know at some point you want to stitch it. And that could be, next week. That could be in 25 years' time. Where am I? Why am I here? Why does it look different? Oh, that one has been stitched. So this one I have done, and that one as well. This one is not marked. How come I didn't mark my stitches? That is so strange. And that's why it looks so different. And I get confused. Jojo says, I hope the piece will have age like fine wine and be even more enjoyable. I think, if after 25 years you want to pick it up, it's the right time. Do you not think? And the web is just quietly sitting there waiting for you for all this time. It brings tears to your eyes. It's a relationship, isn't it? It's a friendship. But the thing is, though, I have worked on projects before that I kind of didn't finish. But I think I'm one of those, oh, hang on, where am I? Why is it like this? No, this is not the right stitch. No. Reverse stitching. Look away. Nothing to see here, okay? I misread the block here. So I don't know, why does it look different here? So that's supposed to be 2 stitches. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna fudge these 2, okay? Let me fudge. Can't remember what I was saying. Let me just find my spot first. So here's this one. Why does it look different? 2 stitches. Okay. Yes, I was saying that, for instance, Maggie, Maggie, the mess maker, the dimensions kit, and also Max as well. Both of them I have stitched quite extensively many years ago, and then I decided to pick them back up and stitch them. But for some reason, I didn't want to continue the previous version. So instead, I restarted the piece. So sometimes that happens as well. Depends. You still love the chart, but you just want to have a fresh start as well. That happens as well. But it doesn't matter. You're going back to the project. Renee says, I began my Sad Girl piece in 2018 and only got a little ways. Then I picked it up this year and completed it in less than 4 months. I didn't know that. I thought you started it very recently. And so it was back in 2018. Well, exactly. You just proved the point, Renee. It's all about timing. And sometimes, maybe just let it be rather than trying to force your way through it. Because sometimes, when you have a project, you, for whatever reason, you don't feel like stitching, but you feel guilty. So you try to, pull a few stitches in, but innerly, you're not really quite there. So there's an inner resentment feeling that, I have to stitch this piece. Otherwise, maybe, there's a sense of guilt and failure, perhaps, feeling that you're letting a whip down. But don't feel that. If you don't feel it, just leave it. Don't throw it away. Don't restart. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can restart, but, just give it some time. Give it some time. And when the right time comes, everything flows, just like Renee's piece. This time, she's stitching so fast and so focused. Hello, Rose. Rose says, hello, happy Sunday. I was running late to the stream today. Yes, just, well, not too bad, not too bad. And the class has just started. Okay, so join us, Rose. Great to see you. And Stitching Jerry says, hi, Yogi and everyone. Hi to you, Jerry. And Keza says, I'm working on my Alice piece today. Wonderful. Today, no cat flap or back door or side door is required. You can stitch whatever you want. Lizzie says, not in me either. The winning, the sort of competitive streak. There's not an ounce of wanting to win within me. Yes, I don't know. Yes, sometimes the sense of winning, even competing with yourself, can be a motivation, right? And sometimes, particularly when I was running a lot, there was a competitive streak, but with myself. I never tried to outrun somebody or try to beat the time. Not that I could. I was a slow runner, but I had endurance. So I was competing with myself in terms of how long I'm able to run, for instance. But generally, I think I'm just, I'm not very drawn to the concept of beating other people, to be faster than somebody or even myself. I like to improve. That's different. Improvement is different from competition. Improvement comes from just keep doing it and, learning techniques and hoping to get better. Yeah. Because I think being competitive can be, there's a destructive side as well, isn't it? Maybe not so much with stitching, okay, it's a hobby, but in general, in life. So it's, the way we stitch is, I think, is a reflection of who we are as a person. Not necessarily, there's no right or wrong necessarily, but it's just a reflection of how we live to a great extent. That's why it's so diverse and so interesting. Elisa says, I can't stitch that fast either. It's more a motivational thing to try and work on the same area at the same time. Interesting, yes. So there's an element of consistency that can be quite fulfilling as well. I think everybody's being motivated a different way. For me, if I try to force my way through, like trying to, do, let's say, 200 stitches on whatever piece every day, my brain will probably just give up. Because I would start to question all sorts of things. I'll be questioning, why do I have to do this? Do I have to do this? And particularly if it's a job, it's different. If it's work, that's different. But when it comes to things I choose to do, it kind of doesn't make sense to impose that. I'm loving this piece so much. 1, 2. I mean, it's been calling me for the last 2 days. Stitch me, stitch me. Lizzie, why? Why the frogs? Have I done something? Renee says 310 is playing tricks on your eyes. Oh, what are we talking about here? Oh, the thingy, the fudging. It's not 310 though. This is 890. But yes, for some reason this bit was a little bit iffy. Mandy says, I'm stitching my Nightmare Before Christmas tonight. It's interesting to know, to see all the Christmas pieces are coming out. And yesterday I had a little bit of drama as well. So yesterday was Saturday. So on Friday morning, I supposed to have 2 classes. They were booked for ages ago. It's a cover, okay? And it was on my system for weeks. And lo and behold, I've got a sort of habit of checking the timetable of the studio, just making sure that the classes are there and with my name on, particularly if I cover, because sometimes they do get messed up, and it's confusing for the members. If the names are not changed properly to my name, it means that the members might come in thinking they're practicing with one teacher, and then I turn up. And so, sometimes, not most students, they're probably okay with it, and sometimes they enjoy it quite a lot. But, if they're not told beforehand, it's a little bit confusing. And so I have the habit of checking timetable on the day before and also on the day as well, just to spot any issues. And for the Friday morning classes, I actually spotted it. I noticed about 2 days before, the classes were not on the timetable. The classes I was supposed to be teaching. Let me just double check here. Why do I have? Yes. I have it here. And so I contacted the studio, the manager, and he just seemed quite clueless about it. He kind of go, oh, well, let me have a check. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And so it turned out, I think they canceled because they were classes to be covered, and it was assigned to me. But for some reason, they were under the impression that no one picked up the classes, or maybe they canceled the wrong date. Maybe they meant to cancel other classes, and they canceled mine. So what happened was I was left with no classes, and it was, luckily I spotted it. Otherwise, can you imagine? I just turned up at the venue, and then no classes on the timetable, nobody turned up. And I would have been really, really pissed off. I'll be honest with you, because this kind of mess up. When you teach cover classes or teach your own classes, you do a lot of preparations. And also there's the traveling, there's time and effort to get there. And also, if you have classes on your timetable, like these ones have been on my timetable for weeks, it was booked. They were booked weeks before. It means that if I had other offers, I have to turn them away, right? So if you say Friday morning from this time to this time, I'm teaching these classes. If there are other classes around the same time, I have to turn them away. So I ended up without these two classes, but I blocked the time off already. And mistakes happen. I accept that, sometimes admin, sometimes whatever, human error. But the problem with the studio, who I have worked with for a long time, but they've recently lost a manager, a really long-term manager who was really good. So it was left with the other guy, general manager. He was juggling, he's been juggling everything for a little bit. And I don't know why they cannot find a new manager. Let me just pick another A90. And so I understand maybe he just inundated, overwhelmed with workload. But the problem was they did not apologize. No apologies. Not even one simple, oh, so sorry, we messed it up. It was our fault. Not a single word. They literally wasted a teacher's time for the entire morning, for Friday morning, the classes disappeared. They did not apologize. And I learned so much from that experience, because if you make mistakes, just own up. Everything's going to be fine. People, may feel pissed off for a little bit. They get over it. But if you do not apologize, you lose the, what's the word? You lose the trust. I do not trust them anymore, because this was the same studio only a few weeks ago call me on, I think it was a Friday morning as well. I don't know what's going on with Fridays, and asked me why I wasn't there for two classes that was, had my name on them. And I had no knowledge of those classes. I was like going, why are you calling me? I wasn't assigned to teach those. It's the same studio. At that time, in that incident, at least I wasn't, sort of getting prepared and to try, try to travel to the venue, etc. It was just a mistake. They thought my name was, I was meant to teach two classes. But I wasn't. I had no knowledge. So there was some sort of mix-up happening there. It's the same studio. So I'm kind of headed with them. I'm seriously thinking, unless, there are very good reasons, I literally do not want to do anything for them, because I just don't want to waste my time. It's not great when you have something booked, but you cannot trust them that classes are going to be there. I have very limited time as it is. I cannot afford for them to mess it up like this. And I learned that if I ever make mistakes, I just own up to it. Apologize, and explain everything. because they never explain why that happened. They never said a single word of sorry, or we're going to make sure it won't happen again. Nothing. It's almost like my time doesn't mean anything to them, and I do not trust them, and I probably won't work with them again. And Susan says, the hate 50% sell and midnight today. Guys, have you been shopping? I haven't. Well, it's a conscious decision. I probably won't be buying from Hate. Maybe for this year. I don't know. Depends on if there's some charts I really, really want, I probably will. But this year it's about exploration of other companies. So I'm going to be probably mostly focused on other companies. It's good fun to stitch different projects. I have so many hate as it is. So I'm good for now. But I think for a lot of you, you probably just discover them for the first time. Or some of you have the habit of collecting a lot of charts. Then now is a good opportunity. Kazat says, I'm mostly not competitive. I can't play fighting games with my husband. That leads to one of us being upset. I know, I hate those type of games. Any games you have to compete with someone or compete with time. Oh no, it's not fun for me at all. No fun. I'm with you. So the kind of, fighting games or some sort of competition games, just not for me. This is not my idea of fun. Elisa says, epic Pokemon is monogamous. If I want to get completed in time to be buried in it, I need a lot of motivation. Is that the driving force, Alisa, to be able to be buried with your completed Pokemon piece? But then, to get there, you probably need to live at least 300 years old. So that's good. That will keep you alive. Lisa. But the thing is, though, because each piece, as fun as, a Pokemon piece is, or even this piece I'm stitching, I love this piece. But if I had to stitch it every day, I probably wouldn't enjoy it because my eyes are going to get tired of the same color palette, the same markup. I just can't. So it's not even about anything else. It's just that physically, I'm going to have problem. I can't. I just get really fatigued looking at it. Lona, hello Lona. Lona says, I started a new, is it creepy? What's a creepy? What's creepy pattern on Friday evening? I'm now, I think is it a typo, Lona? What's creepy? Guys, you can have a look. Lona says, I started a new pattern on Friday evening. I'm now at 36.39 of 42,000 total stitches. Small project. 42,000. How many stitches have I got with this one? Let me have a look. Sneaky peek. Okay, this one I've got 660,000. Okay, fair enough. So it's a little bit smaller, but still, you only started on Friday. Today is Sunday evening. You're very close to 40%. Lona, slow down. Wait for Yogi. Clara, hello, Clara. Lona said, Lona didn't know about the sale. Oh dear. There you go. Susan says it's for Michelle's birthday. Oh, Michelle, the owner. Oh, birthday sale. That's nice. Happy birthday, Michelle. Jojo says, I would be frustrated too, Yogi. The employer isn't accountable, and might be why the last manager left. I know, Jojo, I had my suspicion because the last manager, who was really, really good, and he left. I was really surprised. And because I had a really good relationship with that manager. And this one, to be honest, up to this point, up to this year, he was quite, he was always working really hard. I think he's probably overwhelmed, inundated with the workload. But it's not my problem, you see, because that's their internal things, and companies, all sorts of things could happen. And it's not a reason to mess things up for other people. And for teachers like me, time is not on my side. In order to do a class, it's not like I go to one place and work there throughout the day. I need to travel from place to place sometimes, and every minute counts. So I have my day planned, and if you just suddenly, pluck 2 classes off my timetable, it's time lost, it's effort lost, and trust lost as well. If you don't address and at least explain what happened. They didn't come to me and go, oh, this is what happened, so I'm so sorry, and we're gonna fix it. Okay, bear with us. Nothing. I only found out why the last incident happened through another teacher, because she was the teacher that went away, and they messed up her cover. And it's really bad for the members as well, because your members booked for a class and you just cancelled it. It's bad for everyone. One stitch here, and then I'm going to park. Where am I going to park? Okay, I'm coming over here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is curious. I think I may have parted a thread in the wrong spot here. So let me have a look. 1. Okay. 2. I think this one may be incorrect. Let me see. Let me pull this one through. I think this one is part incorrectly. Should be the stitch on the left. All right, that's better. Oh, right, Lona. So it's a company called Creepy. Oh, I've never heard of them. So it's a company name. Let me take a sip of my coffee. And Renee says, RTC summer sale is going on too. Yes, I heard about their sale. So I think maybe 2 days ago, I quickly hopped on their website, but I didn't have time to browse. So, and I noticed discounted as well. All right, next one. I'm looking forward to the orange colors. I think it's somewhere around here. All right then. I think this one's kind of a ninja. 2 stitches here. 9, 3, 4. Nice 3, 4. There's so many greens. It just doesn't look like it's got that much green in this area. Kazan says backstitch is always easier when I have company. Oh, to keep you sane. I know some stitchers don't enjoy backstitching. I love backstitching because everything just pops out so much more. That one is done. I don't know why I have not marked it, but there's a little one over here. Just one stitch. Oh, Chivis. Chivis saying that the sale has finished. I don't know. The last time I looked, I did go over to have a look. I think it was on at that time, but it was probably the day before yesterday. And 1, 2. Very nice. Embrace the chaos. Next one. There's a couple of ninja stitches I want to take care of. 3, 3, 4, 5. 3, 3, 4, 5. Three, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm just, as I'm stitching right now, I'm kind of thinking what we can do is, what do you think, guys? How about, because currently 25th for me is clear. So 25th next Saturday, right, is clear for me. I only have like 2 classes in the morning, so I'm free from the afternoon UK time. Why don't we, guys, why don't we resume to what we planned? Let's do a marathon on 25th. Okay, we can have Christmas in July still. I was just saying Christmas in July was for losers. I take it back, okay? It's for winners, okay? Christmas in July is for winners. Why don't we, guys? I'm just thinking as I'm stitching, okay? Sometimes I think. And why don't we do the marathon on 25th, right? And I think, oh, now on top of my head, I think I will stitch the Christmas house piece. Dun, 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 announcements, okay? That piece has been sort of hanging over my head, not knowing what to do for a little bit. Why don't I do that piece, work on that piece with you, okay? And we do a marathon, right? And on 25th, which is next Saturday, guys. And then when I finish my artwork and get it charted, which could be any time, okay, from now to 2035, and then we can maybe do another marathon, or maybe just have a longer session to celebrate that piece, you know, the completion of that piece, and I can start that piece with you. How does that sound, guys? How does that sound? I think it sounds good. Let me know. So next week, 25th, we can do the marathon. Okay, so Christmas for July is for winners, okay? and we can do that because I miss a little bit of a marathon action. I'm looking forward to it. And so we could do that one. I'm going to work on the Christmas house, okay? Let me show you that piece. Let me see if I can show you. If you weren't here, yes? Do you like it? Let me know. If you like the idea, thumbs up. Marathon for next Saturday. Give me a thumbs up. And let me show you that piece. Let me see if I can find it with the mock-up. So I do have it, okay? So you know which chart. I do like that. I do like that chart. And I noticed Stitch is so beautiful. Stitch is so beautiful is charted that piece as well. So if you like it, you can get it from, let me just bring that up for you, okay? I should have it here. Yes, I've got it. I've got it. So hang on. Let me turn this off. Let me find it for you. Thumbs up. Okay. One person likes it, Sola. Jojo says, sounds good. Yes, let me show you. This is the piece. This is the piece. This is the one. Oh, I do like it. I do like it. And I noticed, I was reading the Facebook, my Facebook feed, and I think Stitch is Beautiful very recently just charted this one as well. So, you know, this one I'm stitching is charted by Artisy. You can get this chart from them or from Stitch is So Beautiful as well. And because Stitch is So Beautiful, I think from now on, from this point on, they offer Saga chart as well. So you can, you know, if you're using Saga, you don't need to convert. You can just directly get a copy for Saga, so which is a really nice idea. And Mischief, what does that mean? What thumbs up and down at the same time? So they cancel each other out. And so this one is really lovely, isn't it? So I'm going to come back to this piece for the marathon, okay? Let's kickstart the Christmas stitching, okay? And for July is for winners, all right? And then maybe in August, we can do another one, I don't know, marathon or maybe just a longer session. What say you guys? What say you? I think I'm liking this piece. I'm liking this idea. So let me just switch this back on. Yeah, guys? Susan says, 2 marathons is better than 1. Susan is an ultra athlete, okay, stitching athlete. Sola says yes. Jojo says good. And Walkaway says, I need a Christmas piece, Santa. Report for duty. Yes. And okay, guys, you like it. That's good. I like that. Yes, I miss a little bit of a marathon action. And also it probably takes the self-imposed deadline of my artwork because I just don't want to rush. I just don't think it's a good idea to rush. And it's pretty close to completion on the second one. But I just want to give it sufficient time, you know. And so that sounds like a plan, isn't it? Marathon for next Saturday, guys. It's a done deal. Done deal. So normally we kind of, with our marathon, oh, let me pick the next color here. 939. 939. 939. 939. It's a blue. Not orange just yet. Renee loves the Christmas house as well. Yes. I love this piece. It's just a whimsical. I'm going to give it a fresh approach, okay? Clara says it's beautiful, however, not detailed enough for my liking, unfortunately. If Stitch is so beautiful, is willing to make it bigger, you will be stitching it again. Yes, you can check out the Stitch is so beautiful. I don't know what size they are. Maybe they have different sizes. And you can look at the mock-up to see whether you like it. And also they do saga files as well, so it's quite handy, isn't it? Even though, you know, converting from Artisy, I didn't have any problem, but you do need to go through that conversion. And also starting Christmas early this year will give it a little bit more time. I think last year, you know, we started 2 months before. I think we started in October after Halloween stitching. And I just think it didn't have enough time to kind of go anywhere. So hopefully, if we start now, we're not going to have a fixed day for Christmas stitching, but, you know, it's going to be part of our regular stitching anytime. And by Christmas, I might be able to see some progress. Lynn, hello. Oh, I nearly missed Lynn. Lynn says, hello, Yogi, fellow stitchers. There's a Cynthia. Hope everything's well. Hope you're not too tired, Yogi. Today, I'm feeling better. Today, Sunday, I have morning classes, so I have some time to rest in the afternoon. And yeah, so I'm feeling refreshed. And I'm trying to cut back the evening classes. I think during the day, I can go full on. But if I teach past 5 o'clock, I can feel it, you know, like whole day. Because even though I'm not teaching like back to back, you know, the entire day, but there's a bit of waiting and then traveling and then, you know, and then teach again. It takes a lot out of you. And also yesterday, I went to the studio where I had to cycle about 40 minutes per trip. And it's not just the time and distance, it's very hilly. It's up and down. You know, I love going to that studio, but the cycling does take some energy out of you. So it's over 2 hours of, over 1 hour of bicycling in a very hilly area. And so it takes a lot of energy out of you. And also if it's hot as well. Yesterday wasn't too bad, but it was quite warm as well. It does take the energy out of me when I'm done. Let me just catch up with a little bit in a comment here. Oh, so the Hage sale has ended, has it? Oh well, next time. They do it on a regular basis anyway, so. Mischief. So that was a typo. Oh, thank God. I thought, you know, Mischief was not happy that we're doing a marathon. I wouldn't know what to do. And Ruby Rose likes the idea as well. Oh, I love it. I didn't know they have a Santa Claus emoji and a tree as well. Wonderful. And, oh, right. Renee says we need Dolly in her Christmas hat emoji for the marathon. Well, that's slightly tricky because I've totally forgot to do The summer dolly. Maybe we can have two versions. One, Christmas in July dolly emoji. And then the other one, we can update dolly for the summer. Because dolly is seasonal. We had the winter version, we had the New Year party version, and we have the spring version. And I have not, I totally forgot about the summer version. So that's a nice idea. I like that. There's a Christmas in July, dolly. Janine, hello, Janine. Late for the class, Janine. Are you at work today? Oh, no, it's Sunday. No excuse. Keza says I have to come through the cat flap. I don't own the Christmas piece. Find one, okay? You have 1 week, Keza. Get it. Get it done. Come join us. You won't need one. You need one in your life. And Christmas in July, of course, is for winners, okay? That's what I always say. Christmas in July is for winners. And Red Fail, hello, says, figured I popped in before I go if I go cook. Oh yes, thank you for that. Hello to you. And what are you cooking today then? Very nice. You just pop in to say hello. And Andrea says, listening while I'm doing homework, but we'll be stitching later. We keep you company, Andrea. Ruby says, I have my native pattern all ready to go from Stitches So Beautiful. What do you mean? Oh, nativity. I misread that. Nativity pattern. Yes. Wonderful. I think Stitches So Beautiful is our new favorite, isn't it? I love the fact that they offer saga. Janine says, I worked on my heart piece last night. Oh, heart piece as in by this artist or something else? Monique says, stitching on my fantasy unicorn. Ooh. I mean, unicorn by default is fantasy, isn't it? And Tracy says, I need a marathon. Yeah, me too. I can feel it. I can feel it. You know, it's like food when you crave for something. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe, you know, we can move the marathon to August. But then I come to think of it, I quite fancy one next week. So that's what we're doing. And Janine, yes. Janine says, I missed it. When are we doing the marathon? It's next week, Janine. Get the, you know, sports gear ready, okay? Warm up the little hands and legs. We are doing marathon next week, next Saturday. And I'll make sure my timetable is clear. I don't care if they come to beg me at my door, you know, to do their classes. I'll say no. I'm stitching with my stitchers on Saturday. Go away. And Janine is at work. Oh, weekend. Okay, because Janine had a few off days the past couple of days, and today's on Sunday, back to work. Oh, Janine, it's okay. Just listen to Yogi and keep you company. Okay, another row. Red Fail is making stir fry. Oh, one of my favorite dishes. Because it's so easy, isn't it? You just throw everything you've got in the kitchen. And it always turns out great. You know, if the ingredients are fresh, you can literally do whatever you want. And it's so quick. I love one pot food. You know, one frying pan, throw everything in, and you have a great meal. Love it. Oh, Kazak saying, would love to get a Christmas pattern, but my bank account says no. Yes, no forcing if you need to wait. But, you know, Christmas is in December. You can always join in at any time. So we're going to kickstart with the marathon, but we're going to be stitching Christmas pieces regularly till Christmas. So we can join in anytime. Monique is cooking as well. Say roast beef and gravy and rice tonight. Oh, that's very balanced. You've got protein, you've got carbohydrate. It's a hearty meal. Very nice. Guy Lane, hello. Says hi, Yogi and everyone. Hello, Guy Lane. Are you stitching today? What are you stitching? 1, 2. I love stitching borders as well because it feels like you're kind of building the piece, don't you? Because sometimes if I do cross country, I end up with the borders, you know, there's stitches missing, etc. And you always feel like, oh, I have to go back and fill them in. But if you establish the border, it just feels a lot more complete. Lynn says, Yogi, I made a mistake the other day. I did 500 stitches and I was up all night with hand pain. What? 500 stitches? How long did it take you? Did you stitch all night, Lynn? So this time the injuries is not caused by Molly the horse, okay? It's just Lynn overstitching. Is that a word? Overstitching? Oh, Lynn. Yes. Protect the little hands, okay? Red Fail says unicorns are not fantasy according to Scotland. They're the national animal. Does that mean if I go to Scotland, I see unicorns everywhere? I've been to Scotland many times. I love Scotland. I have not spotted unicorn. Have I gone to the wrong town? Is there anywhere that I can go that I get to see unicorn? I didn't know unicorns were their national animals. I thought that the hairy cow was the national animal. The really cute cows with fringes. Okay, so Janine's, oh, I know. Janine's doing ethereal love heart. Yes, I know that piece is beautiful as well. And it's probably quite confetti as well, I suppose. I think this piece could be potentially confetti, not necessarily. Depends on how it's charted. Ginny says, are you going to have a yoga session too? Yes, we probably have multiple because normally if we do a marathon, which is 10 hours, okay? Guys, if you're new to marathon, oh, this is your chance, okay? We do legendary, you know, epic marathons. And we do snack breaks, multiple ones, and we do at least 2 yoga breaks. And Ginny, you're going to be doing it, okay? I'm watching you. Yes, we have yoga break because we look after the stitching, we look after the body, and we look after the mind. And yoga covers both. And we're taking, snacking very, very seriously as well. So come with snacks, okay? It's mandatory. Redfell says, if you roast a sausage, it takes about 30 minutes total, and everything can be finished with the sausage cooked. You've got sausages in stir fries. Interesting. I like a little bit of tofu, a little bit of tofu with protein, and there's some nuts as well. Sometimes I sprinkle cashew nuts and tiny bit of garlic. I can't do a lot of garlic, but tiny bit of garlic, maybe some ginger as well. Oh, lovely. It's so easy. I like easy food, easy cooking. Sola says, I make chicken curry with peaches. Really? Peaches and ginger, water chess, water chestnuts, and rice last night. And there's none left. That's a good sign. And it was all eaten. Wow, that's interesting. Why peaches? I know sometimes when you go to Indian restaurants, they have mango chutney, but I've never seen fruits in a curry. Maybe apples. Is that Indian thing? Maybe it's a Western invention. Sometimes people put apples, but I've never seen peaches in curry. So, but I can see that working because there's a little bit of sweet note to it, isn't it? It's a little bit of like apples. It works with spices really well. Sola says, I love stitching borders too. Luckily, Tree of Life has two. The circle in the center. Oh, so it's non-full coverage, is it? And Guy Lane says, I'm stitching Mouse by Laurie Malloy, Heaven and Earth pattern, 20 count 1/1. So the title is called Mouse. That's simple. I know what it's about. I'm guessing there's a mouse in a piece somewhere. I'm gonna do one more, and I'm going to end the thread. Really enjoy this way of ending. I like it. Oh, Redfell says they're Highland cows. I thought they were kind of a symbol for Scotland. No? I didn't know it was unicorn. Why unicorn? And see you later, Lizzie. And Sola says it's mega important not to sit for too long. I know this is why if you have an Apple Watch, like yesterday, because I had to wait for about 2 hours in between two classes. Okay, I went to one studio. Sometimes I like back-to-back classes, but sometimes, you get to do 2 or 3, but you have a little bit of wait in between. So nowadays, I actually take my tablet that I can work on my artwork in between. So it's been working really well because in the past, I would try to do a little bit of admin. I'll try to do a little bit of bits and, do the sequences. I could never really focus. But with artwork, I can totally focus. And it's really easy. I just come out of a class, I go to a cafe, I sit down and I get my tablet out, I start drawing. And then, come time for the second class, I just go and teach. So it's wonderful. so my, my gaps in between, so it gives me a little bit more flexibility, because in the past I try to avoid classes there maybe more than 1 hour apart, but now I know that I can use my time effectively. Then it just gives me more options. 939, I'm going to take another strand. Yes, but I remember yesterday when I was waiting, my Apple Watch was telling me to stand up multiple times. And when I finally stood up, it gave me a round of applause. It goes, "Well done. You managed to stand up. Good job." Janine says, "I have Saturday off, so I'll do it." Yes, there you go, Janine. Cheryl says, "The unicorns hang out with the leprechaun." What is that? What's leprechaun? I'm not well versed in the fantasy animals. And Tracy says, "We can take a wine break." Oh, that's very sophisticated. Yes, Tracy says, suggesting a wine break. And Tracy says, "I have a house full of family staying for an extended stay while they wait to move to a new house. I need a wine break." Oh, it could be a little bit stressful. We love our loved ones, but sometimes if they, I shouldn't be saying this. It's great that they don't know who I am. But, sometimes when even people that you are very fond of, they come and stay with you. And after a little bit, it can be a little bit stressful, because, you have to kind of modify your routine to work with them. And I normally we go over to Mr. Yogi's family, and they have a big house, so we stay over there. We have spare rooms. But I remember there's one occasion, the mom came over, okay, and stayed with us for a couple of days, and yeah, it's weird. She's lovely, really, really lovely. I love her. But you do have to accommodate a few things when there's one extra person coming into your space and stay with you, even just for a little short time. And yes, there was a little bit of a sense of relief when she went home. Oh, I do love her. I do love her. Yes, it can be a stressful. Yes, wine break. Wine break for Tracy, okay. Lona says, "My mom puts coconut in an Indian curry." Yes, coconut is a thing. I think coconut milk, or maybe coconut cream, right? Or maybe the entire coconut. I've never seen like coconut flesh in curry, but I'm sure that works, because coconut and curry, I think they work together, because it's quite common to use coconut milk to make it creamy. Sola says, "I think in India mangoes are probably more traditional, but peaches taste similar." But then again, I've never seen mangoes in curry, because mango chutney is very common for Indian restaurants. I don't know if you actually go to India, you get mango chutney, but the British version, you do get mango chutney. Oh, Rachel is back, and Rachel says, "Kittens and kittens and kitties." Yes, two different groups, aren't they? The grown-up ones and the baby ones. They have been fed. Now time for me to get dinner, and I can start stitching. Yes, what are you getting for dinner, Rachel? Post-workout. Gailing says a little mouse and flower. So cute. Yes. I like little mice because sometimes, Dolly brings back gifts for me, and I managed to save a few of them. A few of them. But the weird thing is, with mice, you don't really see them running around, but they're somewhere there. The cats can find. Monique says, I thought unicorns were a symbol of Reykjavik. Where is that? Susan says, oh, Susan's poo-pooing my round of applause expression, okay, with the Apple Watch. She says, round of applause. I think Apple is being sarcastic. Can you imagine? I like a bit of sarcasm. I don't mind it, Yes, Apple Watch is saying, oh, you managed to stand up. Amazing. The bar is really low, isn't it? You're able to stand up. Well done. It's not asking for a lot. Well, with Apple Watch, it basically asking you to do two things. One is to breathe, and the other one is to stand up after a little while. It doesn't ask for a lot. It doesn't go, hey, go run a marathon and eat kale. Okay, it doesn't tell you to do that. It just goes, well, stand up. Just stand up. The bar is pretty low. Oh, Susan is trying to break my relationship with my Apple Watch, okay? I love my Apple Watch, all right? It wasn't being sarcastic. It was sincere, Susan. It's like, Yogi, well done. Rajal says, I miss what we're doing on this Saturday. Rajal, listen to Yogi. We are doing a marathon, okay? Dun, 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 Rajal. Saturday, this coming Saturday, okay, 25th, we're doing a marathon. Christmas in July, okay, for winners, for winners. Take back what I said in the beginning. Lona says, Mum uses coconut flakes. Oh, I can see that happening. Yes, coconut flakes. That's a very good idea. Yes, I think spices, Indian spices and coconut definitely works. Oh, I have not had proper Indian curry for ages. Because we normally cook at home and we just cook very simple food. Occasionally I venture out and do, something a little bit more, but it's just time and effort. Sometimes like yesterday, when I came home, I literally just wanted to lie down. I think I had 2 pieces of toast and that's all the food I ate. I just didn't have energy to even eat. And so I went to bed early. So I don't know what Mr. Bang, what Mr. Yogi ate afterwards. Sometimes I'm so tired and so just, want to go to bed and lie down. And everything else is like, too much. Heather House says, I have a wonderful recipe for chicken curry with mangoes and coconut milk is delicious. Oh, that's everything in combined with mangoes as well, like fresh mangoes. I can see that happening because some people put apple pieces in the curry and stew for a little while. So the apple is kind of disintegrated and just have that nice little hint of sweetness. And I can see mango doing that as well. I'm not sure about eating warm mango pieces. I'm not sure about that. But, with the flavors, I can totally see that happening. And do you add sugar in curry? I don't think so, right? But that hint of sweetness is definitely working with spices. I can totally see that. Rachel says some boiled shrimps and scallops. Oh, that's full-on seafood. Seafood, not seafood stitching, but seafood eating for Rachel. And clam as well, clam strips. What's clam strips? And broccoli. How do you make clam into strips? That's full-on seafood and probably very good protein as well. Broccoli's got plant protein as well. That's full-on. Very nice. Feed the body. Ah, so it's Iceland. I can see that. Iceland is like slightly, sort of mysterious. They've got Bjork, so it's got to be mysterious. Heather House says, my daughter's cat once brought a gift of of a snake. Put it in her bathroom. Oh, really? So, well, first of all, you need to be able to find snakes. I don't think we have snakes over there here, luckily. We have small worms, but not big worms. Luckily. And maybe it's a kitty's new friend. Maybe the kitty's going, hey, I've got a new pal here. Rajal says, you come to America, I'll make curry for you in Indian way. Rajal would know how an Indian curry works. Rajal, do you ever put mango pieces in your curry? I need to know the authentic way of doing it. Would you put apple and mango in a curry? A says 260 stitches with 939. Oh, the one I'm stitching. It's kind of blue, isn't it? It's bluish, a dark blue. And it's time to go to bed. Well done, Ace, and 99. Sweet dreams. Alison, hello, Alison. Alison says, evening all. Been lurking, trying to finish the blocks I was stitching on Rainbow Flower Peacock. Well, from that title, I would think it's probably more confetti than block stitching. Two stitches here. I will get to the oranges very soon. I have faith. One, two, three. Alison says, the unicorn is the official national animal of Scotland. Really? So Alison would know. Alison's from Scotland. And Alison says chosen for its symbolism of purity, power, and untamable fierceness, a fiercely independent spirit. But how do you know that's what unicorns like? I mean, unicorn is fantasy animal, right? Are you saying that they're not sort of lazy and stroppy unicorns somewhere out there? I bet there probably are. I didn't know unicorns actually represent those qualities. For me, they're just horse with wings. But what do I know? Nothing. And let me see, should I travel upwards? No. Let me stick around here. So unicorns are the national symbol. I think those hairy cows are nicer. I think they're real, first of all. You know, some countries use like eagle or whatever, like real creatures as their symbols. If I had a country, I'll use little kitties, for sure. And it's going to be a very laid-back country, okay? Very laid-back, and everybody stitches, and they eat kale. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm gonna get orange colors. You watch. You watch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my chat is broken here. Hang on. Let me reload. Is it chocolate time? Horse with wings. Yes, that's what they are, isn't it? Hang on, is it chocolate time? Hang on, because my chat was broken. I didn't see anything for a little bit. Rachel says the scallop and clam strips are fried. But clams are very small. How do you make them into strips? Frozen seafood I baked in the oven. Ah, very nice. Very nice. I think sometimes frozen seafoods are probably fresher than fresh ones, because the fresh ones, at least over here, very often the fridges in the supermarket, particularly in winter, they're not great, particularly as open fridges, you know. And it's always a little bit of a risk getting seafood, because sometimes I get like a piece of fish or some prawns for Dolly, and sometimes they're not fresh. Even Dolly wouldn't touch them, and it's a waste of money. And so, you know, it's a little bit risky. Hang on, let me finish this one, and we can have a bit of chocolate. 1 stitch. Over here. Oh, there you go. Very nice, very nice. Chocolate time, guys. Rajan says, no, I do not put mango or apple. I use plain yogurt. In my regular curry, yes, yogurt. And do you ever use coconut milk? Or is that sort of Western invention? Because I see a lot of coconut milk in yogurt. I'm pretty sure they probably do that in restaurants over here. So no apples, guys, okay? No apples and mango. But I can see that working. I can see that working. What? Clara says unicorns don't have wings. Do they not? They do. They have the horn in the middle and the third eye chakra, okay? And they have wings. Of course they have wings, unicorns. What do you mean? Clara says Pegasus has wings. Are they different? No, unicorns have wings. Should we Google? I'm pretty sure. Is it one of those Mandela effects? I'm pretty sure. Unicorns have wings? What? I feel like my reality is, breaking down here. Unicorn. Hang on. I'm googling. Unicorn. Look. What do you mean? Have a look at this. What is that? Unicorn. Wings? No, guys. Okay, some of them don't, but some of them do, guys. Hang on, let me find it. Look, it's the same one. What do you mean they don't have wings? Of course they have wings. Look, unicorns. That's a unicorn. It's not me. I'm not imagining it. They have wings. And if they look like they don't, they're just hiding for now. And when they are ready to fly, they will open the wings, okay? Because otherwise, how do they travel? They can't just walk. That would be a normal horse. You know? They have wings, look. They have wings. It's not Mandela effect. Because Mandela effect is like you remember something firmly, thinking it's one thing. And in actual fact, never happened. Oh, chocolate time. I need a break from that controversy. So what is Pegasus? I don't know. It's very confusing. Pegasus, they're horses with wings. Alison says Pegasus is a horse with wings. The unicorn has horn. The unicorn is on our passport. Really? Scottish passport, is that different from the regular UK ones? I never noticed unicorn. Jojo says, Yogi, if unicorns are fantasy, is Loch Ness serpents also fantasy? No, Loch Ness serpent. Loch Ness. What is this called? Alison would know. I've been there actually. I didn't see it. Okay, I didn't see it, but I've been to Loch Ness. What's the creature called? Oh, it's been a little bit. Yes, let's eat some unicorns. Let's eat some chocolate. Maybe the memory is going to come back. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, I've got my Black Forest here, 70%, and yes. Oh, we replenish energy here because my brain is literally being drained by all this shocking news about unicorns do not have wings situation. Okay, this is too much for a Sunday. Cheers everyone, and what are you snacking today? But some of them have wings, as I have demonstrated. Loch Ness creatures is real, okay? They're in the lakes. And do not call them lakes, okay? They're lochs. Why? How come everybody knows the difference between Pegasus and unicorn and I don't? What is going on here? What have I missed here? Heather says Canada's national animal is the beaver. Amazing dam builders. I like it because beaver is not typically being thought as heroic or, some sort of warrior, amazing sort of, like creatures with wings. I like the down-to-earthness of beaver. And they're cute. Chocolate time. Loch Ness Monster. Alison's so Loch Ness Monster, but it's got a name, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called. Nessie or Nassie? What? No, I can't remember. But it's not fair, Alison, to call a Loch Ness creature monster. But we don't know if it's a monster. Maybe it's very, very friendly. Maybe it's as nice a little, kitty. Maybe it's big on cuddling. Cheers, everyone. And today I also have prunes, okay? It's my new addition for my snacking time. Sometimes I crave for a little bit of prunes recently. So I'm going to have a cup of them with the chocolate. I think they work together. Yum. Rachel says, why I attended university, we had a cat as a mascot. And purple, my favorite color, as a school color. Oh, I did think that, Rachel. I did think maybe purple was your favorite color, or, the purple shade of colors, because a lot of your charts are very purple based. So sometimes we're drawn to a certain palette, color palette. That explains it. Jojo says, unicorns do not have wings. Have you seen my Googling? Google doesn't lie, okay? Some unicorns have wings. All right, look at that. There's a unicorn, rainbow unicorn. I did not imagine this. Okay? My sanity is at stake here. Look, some of them have wings. They're unicorns. It's on Google, so it's real. I did not imagine that. Okay, prune time. Let me have one. And cheers. It's my favorite snack this week. Very nice. A little bit of prune action. Clara says like they gallop like normal. You don't know that. They're fantasy, Clara. Do not make it up. Jeannie says unicorns only have magic horn, but I have proved that it's not true. Some of them have wings. Maybe they're different species. You know, some species have wings, okay? Accept the fact. Do not fight it. Here we have one more. Oh, these are so delicious. These are from Marks and Spencer, okay? They're lovely. I couldn't find ones with stones. I prefer ones with stone still attached. Fickle says chocolate snap. That's the best. Chocolate snap? So Pegasus, does it have a horn in the middle? Why are they so confusing? No, some unicorns have wings, okay? They're different species. Clara says you can't believe everything that's said on the internet. Well, where else do you find references? If it's on the internet, it's true. Nessie, that's it, Alison. Yes, Loch Ness. I don't want to call it monster, okay? It's not fair. The little creature is Nessie. That's right. And I remember going there, it was quite a few years ago. They do a lot of souvenirs of Nessie. It's like a whole industry over there. And Heather is having peanuts and cashews for me. Oh, two of my favorites. I love them both. Let me zoom in. And I'm going to have one more prune before I come back to stitching. Cheers, everyone. If you're pruneless, oh, sincere condolences to you. Okay, get your own prunes. Yeah. Tracy says, I have wine instead of chocolate. Depending on my mood today, wine, tomorrow, chocolate. How about both, Tracy? They go together, okay? I think maybe with white wine, it's a little bit odd. But with red wine, chocolate goes really well. Or maybe if you're having dessert wine, which is quite sweet, then it works. So cheers to you, Tracy. Monique says, I love Nessie. Yes. I know, Nessie is probably quite nice, you know. And Nessie probably doesn't have friends. I'm thinking, you know, Nessie probably is, you know, all alone in that log for the eternity. Ginny says, Loch Ness monster is as real as unicorn. Yeah, but the thing is, we don't have pictures and sightings of unicorns, okay? But we have sighting of Nessie, okay? So it might be real. It might be real. All right then, let me come back here. Yum, yum. Oh, I did not mark it, did I? Damn. I always forget to mark my last stitches. Here we go. Work mode. Just one more prune It's so addictive. Solar says it's either Roman or Greek mythology, where unicorns and Pegasus are shown. You're the ones who say unicorns have no wings, only Pegasus. That is clearly not true, okay? According to the internet, they have wings. Clara says, I ate proofs this morning, so delicious. I know, they're so good. It's just a nice, mild source of sugar for me as well. Because if I have sugary things, even just apples, I feel funny. But prunes are mildly sweet. And because these ones, no added sugar, just pure prunes. And they're so nice. Yes, cheers to you, Tracy. Solar says drawings are inaccurate. How dare you, Solar? It's on the internet. It's on Google, okay? And there are multiple ones. They've got, unicorns with wings, all right? And it says there, unicorns. It's official, okay, Solar? Stop fighting the reality. Ginny says you can't base on your description in a cartoon. That goes to unicorns in general. Oh, Fickle, are you having the Black Forest as well, Fickle? Amazing. Oh, so it's a chocolate bingo here. Yes, I'm having a chocolate bingo with Fickle Otter. She's having this one as well. Amazing. We don't get this kind of bingo very often. It's just me and Susan mostly. Well done. If I was Apple Watch that you're wearing, I'll go round of applause. Well done, Fickle. That's spooky bingo, chocolate bingo. All right, I'm gonna come down here. Let me cheat. Let me have a quick look of this chart. Let me flip the chart over. Why does it still look like that? It's not refreshing. Why is my chart not refreshing? Let me maybe restart it because I want to show you, okay? I want to show you this. My chart is frozen. So I'm going to just quickly close this for now. Come back. I'm going to restart my app here. Because this is probably my iPad as well. Let's have a look. See if I can restart this one. Oh, for some reason it doesn't like it. It's probably my iPad. Let me have a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Let me bring it back. Here we go. So I want to use this feature, okay? I want to flip the color over because I'm looking for the orange colors. It's definitely here somewhere. Oh, I'm very close. I'm literally on the edge of it. Can you see that? So I flip the unstitched area over. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, it's around here. The whole diagonal section. Oh, I'm very close. Because I've been trying to build up stitches so I can get to the oranges. I am literally here. All right then, let's have a look. Nice nice. Just a few more stitches. I want to build my stitch all the way out, not to skip forward. Okay, let me come over here. Clara says, Yogi, I think people hire people like you to enter the internet data. They all think unicorns have wings. Do you think it's conspiracy? Why would they make up the fact that unicorns have wings unless they're real? Clara, think about it. You know? Who is being benefited by unicorns having wings? No one. There's no reason to make it up. It's real. Accept reality, okay? Unicorn? No, Clara, I know it's shocking because you guys been thinking that unicorns never have wings. It's just not true. 939. Clara, Clara is adamant. Clara says books. Find a winged unicorn in research books, not cartoon illustrating books for kids. What do you mean they're for kids? No, they're respectful illustration, of unicorns. And I know it's paradigm shattering, okay? All your life, you think unicorns have no wings, and all of a sudden, Yogi has proved to you they have wings. I know it's hard to accept, but sometimes, things like this happens. You think it's one thing, is quite opposite. Guys, they have wings, okay? It's official. Oh dear, I'm stitching somewhere that's totally incorrect. Just, let me try again, discreetly. It's over here. A says, oh, I think it's unicorn, right? Unicorn has both horn and wings. There you go, Ace. It's a hybrid between unicorn and Pegasus. Alicorn. Alicorn, what's alicorn? Is it like Yomari? Is it some sort of, mutation of two creatures? What's alicorn? Susan is having cheese and crackers. Susan's go for a savory option today. Yes. Like Lynn is going for it. Lynn doesn't have sweet things. Lynn has savory snacks. I'm probably more savory than sweet as well. But I like a little bit of mild sweetness. Heather says, I eat prunes every day, delish. I know. In fact, prior to this week, I had not had them for a long time. And for some reason, it just, dawned on me. For some reason, I don't know why, my body is a crave for it. I walk past prunes and I go, I need some of that. And I love them. But I hadn't had them for ages. It's my new favorite snack. Janine says, do you know what a griffin is? Well, I learned it from Witcher 3. If you have played Witcher 3, there's a griffin. Griffin is like a bird, no? Like a flying thing. It's more bird-like than the horse. Well, according to the computer game. I learn everything from computer games, okay? Lona says pegacorn or winged unicorn. Are we just inventing new fantasy creatures? But they're fantasy, so it doesn't matter. If we can have Yomari, we can have pegacorn. Sounds more like sweet corn. Winged unicorn. No, they're not winged unicorn. It's just unicorn with wings. I can't even speak now. Too excited. Janine says fake sightings of Nessie, kind of like a little grey aliens. But there are videos out there. It's not just pictures. Even recently, there are videos of Loch Ness creatures. But it's just so strange, just like alien encounters, right? Nowadays, everybody's got really, high def camera attached with the phones, but the pictures they come out with sightings is always blurry. What is that about? Oh dear, no, 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 no. Hang on. 2, these done. These are done. Or have they been done? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this stitch is not correct. A gentle, very gentle reverse stitching. Renee says, on Griffin, just chubby unicorns. No, according to Witcher 3, the computer games, again, it must be correct, okay? I trust computer games. If I remember correctly, griffins, they are more like birds, like a giant birdie thing. All right. Lona says, the winged unicorns are also known as pegacorns. Is that real or is it Lona just made up? Megacorn. More like sweet corn. Renee says, my Apple Watch always gives me a low sleep score. Even if I think sleeping just fine every night. Oh, so does it monitor your sleep? Does that mean you wear your Apple Watch in your sleep? I never wear my watch when I'm home. As soon as I'm home, I take my watch off. I don't like to wear watches when I'm walking around the house. Wow, I didn't know it watches your sleep as well. I know there are apps on iPhone that can kind of watch if you're snoring and stuff. Because a friend of mine, she snores a lot, okay? No joke. And she uses an app on her phone. It literally records the sound of her snoring because she lived on her own, so she didn't have another person watching her. And she had a new boyfriend at that time, and she was wondering whether she had suspicion that she was snoring quite a lot, but she wasn't sure until she used the app. It literally records the sound of her snores, and she played it to me, and she was devastated because it was so loud. And no joke, I traveled with her to Paris once, and yes, it's true. She snores a lot, like really loud, really persistent. Poor girl, but she's trying to get it sorted. I mean, there's not much you can do if he snores. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we all probably snore at some point if we're very tired, or maybe our position when we're sleeping is kind of restricted. Sometimes it can happen. But if you snore on a regular basis, like this friend of mine, very consistently and persistently and very, very loud, then that's probably a health issue. Daria says Griffin has a body of a lion and wings of an eagle. Right, yes, that's probably more like it. It's not like a horse. It's more like some sort of, yes, probably lion. Lion is probably closer, according to Witcher 3, okay? That's where I get my source from. It must be accurate. Walkaway says flipping the colors is very otherworldly, Yogi, an out-of-body experience in cross-stitch. I know, and as far as I know, only Saga can do that. I'm not aware of, Pattern Keeper or the other ones. Because for a while, when I first discovered the feature, I was wondering, why do you ever want to do that? Why do you want to flip the chart? What are you doing? And I realized, yes, so you can find colors that you want to stitch. I think that's the reason anyway. Maybe there are other reasons. But, oh, I'm slightly moving towards oranges, okay? I'm going to work with the chart 3371. 3371. I don't want to skip forward. It's very tempting. 3371. It's a brown. Oh dear. Pull a wrong thread. Renee says, I'm old enough to remember the unicorn song. There's a song. Pegacorn. Is that real? Alicorn. Pegacorn. It's confusing enough to have unicorn with wings. Lona says, Mum and I had cottage cheese with diced up Granny Smith's green apples in it. You know, Granny Smith is my favorite apple because it's more sour than sweet. With red apples, like, which one is it? Pink Lady as well. I like Pink Lady, but I can only have a little bit because it's so sweet, but very crunchy. And Granny Smith is very crunchy but sour. Lona says, I love playing Witcher 3. Lona, do you remember the griffins in there? I had to fight the griffins, okay? I won, I think. So I learned about a lot of mystical creatures, fantasy creatures from computer games. Because I never read the, like books, like fantasy books. So I learned everything I know from computer games. That one. Oh, is Pegacorn? Pegacorn. Is it real? Lona is screaming. I'm not making it up. Pegacorn is a thing. Why is it? What's with the corn? It's nothing to do with sweet corn. I don't know. Ginny says, I always wanted to play Witcher, but never got a chance. But a newer Harry Potter game has unicorns without wings. Oh, never trust Harry Potter. Okay. And I can't remember whether there's a unicorn in Witcher. But unicorn is probably too positive, too on the brighter side of fantasy creatures. I mean, Witcher is full of, it's a little bit darker. And Janine, you can probably get Witcher 3 for like $5 nowadays on PlayStation shop. Now is a good time. It's a great game. It's one of the masterpieces, I think. I'll probably play it again if I ever find time. And it's heart-wrenching as well. I remember there were moments I was just so moved, either by the music or by the storylines. I mean, this is no, like, hey, go and beat the monster and then, move on, that kind of game. It's full of stories and full of choices you need to make. And they're difficult choices. They're really, really difficult choices. Clara says, I rest my case. I learned everything from computer games. Yes. Clara, you're dealing with Yogi here, okay? And Renee says, yes, I wear my Apple Watch all the time. Really? When I come home for some reason, teaching yoga, I don't wear any accessories. I don't wear earrings or necklaces. But if I ever do, I always take them off when I come back. When I come home, I just want to take anything extra off. I keep my clothes on, okay, but just about. But I like to take its accessories, watches, anything. off me. And what's an AFib? Is it like an app? Renee says, Apple Watch tells me how often I wake up during the night. That's like all the time. But do you not feel like you have something like on your wrist? It's not very relaxing. I just don't like to have anything extra on me. Particularly when I sleep. Heather House says, when my husband gets a dry throat from snoring, he calls the snore throat. Snore throat? What's a snore throat? A dry throat. Oh, because you snore so much, your throat is dry. My goodness. But I think, you know, if you snore on a regular basis, you probably want to have it checked up because somewhere it's blocking, isn't it? And the thing is, though, the friend of mine, she's very slim. She's not like she's overweight or anything. So there's something else that's going on. And, you know, she kind of became very self-conscious about it once she found out. And it does affect our relationship, unfortunately. You know, particularly new relationship when you don't know each other very well. And there you are just snoring away. Like really loud all night. So I feel for her. But I think it can be treated, right? Sometimes they have things to enlarge, kind of open up the nostrils and stuff. I don't know. Ah, so Lona is real. It's called a pigacorn. I prefer popcorn. Sola says, I have a very good gaming computer. Is Witcher 3 expensive? No, nowadays Witcher 3 came out, let me think. I think it came out on 2015. I know. And when I played it, it was already cheap. I think I played it just before. I'm trying to think. No, it wasn't COVID. It was before, slightly before. And I think I probably bought it for like a tenner or something. I can't remember, £15, something like that. It's probably a lot cheaper nowadays because there's no game, but it's a very, very good, very good game. And I bet even if you play it now, it still feels like a modern game because a lot of modern games, they're rubbish. When the game is made well, like Witcher 3, or Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, it feels like a modern game because it's so well made. It was way ahead of time and the graphics still beautiful. And I love the character, you know, Geralt, the way it looks in a computer game. I'm not keen on the TV version. Maybe I'm just biased because I came across the computer version first. All right, let me come down here and do these ones as well. Amanda, hello Amanda. Lola says it's a heartbeat, a fib. What? Renee says my heart races, a fib, heartbeat. That gets up double speed. Oh, is that the terminology? So the heartbeat goes double the speed. That's weird. That's not good. Why would he do that? When you're sleeping? Because Apple, it does have a built-in, Apple Watch has a built-in functionality. If you have it on, I think you need to give it permission. It would monitor your heartbeat, but notify you if you have heart irregularity. If you skip a beat on a regular basis or something like that, it would, capture that and let you know. And I think it's probably have saved some people, because a lot of people don't even aware they have their heartbeats are skipping, because sometimes it can just happen from time to time. But if you start to build up a profile that it happens a lot, it probably means there's something happening with the heart. That's why, every year with marathon, with a lot of really fit people running, being trained for the marathon, a lot of them pass away because of the heart condition that's previously not known. Because, if it's very subtle, that happens from time to time, you just don't know until something happens. Rachel says, I have a deviated septum. I have to lay on my side. Oh, right. So it's something that you're born with. Can that be corrected? Renee says, Witcher 3 on Steam or PlayStation 4. I have those. They're on everywhere now. I think on Xbox, I'm sure. It used to be a PlayStation exclusive. Sometimes there are games that are attached to a platform. I bet you can get it on PC, maybe on Steam for sure, and PlayStation, and maybe Xbox as well. Just look it up on Google. It will tell you instantly. If you have Steam already, it's on there. And I remember when I played it, I was playing on PlayStation 4, now I have PlayStation 5, and it ran perfectly. The graphics beautiful, no issues. Lona says, I got Witcher 3 when it first came out. Wow, Lona, you were there, 2015. I think it was probably early 2020, maybe 2021. Oh no, maybe slightly before, maybe 2020 when I played. So at that time, it was already very cheap. Janine says they just released Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Excited. Oh, the remake. Is it remake or re-image or whatever they call it, or remastered? Because his old game is in Black Flag. And I never played those older ones. The only Assassin's Creed I ever played were the open world ones, because the linear ones, I probably get stuck and get really frustrated. So, I need open world games, so I have options. If I can't beat one boss, I can go around and do other things. All right, let me just flip my chart a little bit. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm here already. Yes, I am. I keep looking for the oranges. 898 is a burgundy. No, it's brown, deep brown. 898. $898. It's a brown. So the color is gradually transitioning to browns and oranges. Ah, okay. Rachel says AFib is atrial fibrillation. Oh dear. So it means heart skipping, is it? Or speeding up, racing up, like palpitation. But it must be a reason though. You wouldn't just do that randomly. And you want to be very careful with the heart. Rachel says AFib and SVT are rhythm problems. I think of it like electrical wiring problems. If the signal doesn't complete or get rerouted, it causes rhythm issues. Right, so irregular, basically, irregularity. And yes, definitely pay attention if that happens. Wow. Sola says, what's Steam? It's a website, it's a platform essentially for PC games. So if you play games on PC, which I don't know how to do that. I need a controller, or I don't know what to do. Amanda says, which chart did you pick for your next project? Oh, Renee. Okay. Renee's got a new chart though. So, let's say the online gaming version. It's not really online game. Oh, do you mean like a downloadable games, which is kind of online, but you don't have to stay online with some of them, most of them. You can just download it. But you do need to be able to download. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Amanda says, I have to take a beta blocker for my heart rate. I'm always excited when I can get it under 100. My mom's getting stuck over 200. My goodness. Wow. My resting heart rate is quite low, actually, because I used to do a lot of cardio. I run a lot. And also with yoga, you can train. You're kind of trained to stabilize your breathing. So my resting heart rate is normally under 65. So that probably means your heart is working quite efficiently, because athletes tend to have lower heart rate because they're so used to training, working with heartbeat going up. So after a while, the heart just starts to readjust. And I can probably bring it lower if I start breathing and go into more meditative mode. I can probably bring close to 60. So 200 is, wow, that's like racing. Janine says Black Flag is a remake. So it's a remake as in remake. Because sometimes they kind of, mixing up the terminology a little bit. Remake is literally making the game again. Remaster is just making it look nicer. Lola says, I beta tested Ultimate online and EverQuest. I've heard about Ultimate online, actually. It's like one of those really classic RPG. Wow. When was that? Was it the 80s or 90s? Ginny says, now you're dating yourself, Lona. Because I was looking at the origin of RPG games. I think originally it was coming from like well, not car games, like some sort of board games, wasn't it? It wasn't computer games. Elisa says if the doctors are talking about ablation, then there's some scar tissues that causes the electrical issues. Oh. Monique says, I play Big Fish games for PC. I love the delicious franchise games with Emily. Big Fish games for PC. When you say Emily, are you talking about iPad game? That's kind of a simulation, shop simulation games. If not, I used to play those iPad games. I'm pretty sure it's Emily something. And you can run a shop and you make delicious food and you serve to the customers. Oh, I love those games. And then they start to get very expensive and they start to charge like license, some sort of monthly pass and something like that. And it just got sort of out of hand. And then two more over here. Ginny says, I can't play games on computer either. I need a console. My brother is a wizard with using his computer keyboard with computer online games. Yes, I don't know how people do that. I don't know how you interact with keyboards and make it, for games. I need a controller. Ginny says Yogi was probably 3 years old when those games came out. I don't know what, depending on when it was. Elisa says, my resting heart rate is about 100 beats per minute. What's the normal range? I think it's about 70, 80, right? Oh, right. So Big Fish games are old, so maybe not the ones I'm talking about. It's a cooking game. Yes, it is, Monique. They've been around for a few years, but I stopped playing them quite a few years ago because they just start charging a lot and trying to get you to subscribe and everything. I'll just go, oh, it's just a game, like little game that I play on my phone sometimes. I didn't want to invest that kind of effort. Okay. And 898, 898. I'm going to pop it back, 898. And let me have a look at this one. Okay, A15, A15. I do have one threaded. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Oh, Rachel. Rachel is going to the kitchen's room to do some stitching. Is it just to test whether they're going to jump on your your webs and stop you from stitching? And trying to desensitize them. All right. This one over here. Elisa says, I have all the tests. My heart is completely unremarkable. It's just beating too fast. But is that not so? Is it within the norm to have your have the heart just beating faster than regular speed? Can it be normal? Does that can you feel it? Can you feel like sometimes you have palpitation? You literally feel your heart beating fast. Or when your heart is racing for whatever reason. Can you feel it on a regular basis? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So Monique is talking about the same games that I was talking about. It's like Emily cooking game or something like that. Yes. And I think they just got greedy. I remember when I played those games, they were kind of independent individual games. And later on, they want you to subscribe to the whole lot. And all of them are very similar, you know, like Emily doing this or very similar format, but maybe different scenes. And I'm just thinking, oh no, you're just getting greedy. So I stopped playing them. Sola says, I used to love June's Journey, but got to where I could advance no further until I pay money. June's Journey, what kind of game is it? A lot of so-called free game is kind of free. So there are a couple ways they can get you to pay money to them. Either, like Sola just said, they get you hooked. You know, playing the game at some point they start to go, well, to go further you have to pay more, and they probably normally tell you that they go, well, you can play the first chapter or whatever. Or the second way of doing is a lot of those games like Sugar Crash and stuff like that, they get you frustrated, they get you to wait for something, or maybe your heart runs out hoping that you're gonna buy extra bits and pieces from them. I never did though. I'm the worst customer. If you want me to wait, I just move on to play something else. A15. So you never get to make money from me. But there's a formula for those type of games, you know. They try to get you to become impatient to the point that you have to pay your way out of it. 890. I think, let me see, why don't I go for these ones first? Oh, this is burgundy, very pretty. 919. Orange, actually. 919 is a little bit orange. What I love about 25 counts or 28 is that, you know, you just take one strand, a tiny little strand, like nothing, but you can make quite a lot of stitches. Whereas 14 counts, you really need a lot of floss. Okay, here. Jeannie says, I used to love Farmville. I think this is a big fish game, but started charging money and more, so I stopped playing. I've never played Farmville, but there's another one I used to play years ago. There's a really big one as well. What is it called? Farm something. It's a farming game as well. I think you know which one I'm talking about. I just cannot remember the name. Yes, all the so-called free games, at some point you have microtransactions everywhere. They're trying to make you wait for this and that and the other. But they have to make money at some point. So either they charge you upfront, which I much prefer, or they have pretend free games, but full of, in-app purchase. So one way or the other, they have to make money. Well, Lona's been busy testing games. Oh, right. I think my my app is frozen again. Dear, dear. It's not moving. I just refreshed it. I just restarted it and it's frozen again. Let me see. Yes, frozen. This is not the view I'm looking at. And I don't know how to fix it. I can restart it again, but I'm not sure it's not liking it. Sometimes it's working properly, but sometimes it doesn't. Just need to make sure that let me try again. I think it's probably my iPad. It's getting tired. Okay, I've got it. Okay. And I remember the other day, a couple of weeks ago, it was just too hot. My iPad was really hot and it was frozen. So this is where I am. I'm marking the stitches, don't worry. Whoops. Ginny says those cooking games gave me stress. Go faster, faster. I get it. Yes, Ginny. I kind of know what you mean. I think within reason, when you get up to a certain level, it does get very stressful, I have to say. Yes, you have to tap so fast. But you do get a little bit better if you play from the beginning, like level 1 and stuff like that. But yes, eventually it does get too much. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Alyssa is probably referring to the heartbeat. She says, I can feel it and it could be my new normal. But no, it's not normal. When your heart beats too fast, it's not palpitations. They're called flutters. But I thought, I could be wrong. Somebody says the heart only has a fixed number of beats that it's able to perform. It could be wrong. It's probably just a myth. If your heart beats too fast, does not reduce the lifespan of the heart. I don't know. It's like anything, isn't it? When it's like a car, the more you use a car, the probably sooner it's going to break down. I don't know whether that works like that. With the heart, it could be the opposite. It's like muscles. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. I don't know. Maybe that applies to the heart as well. Sola says, June's journey is a murder mystery. Oh. Betty, hello. Alisa says, blood starts moving through your heart too fast. That doesn't have enough oxygen for your body. And it's the fear of passing out. Oh, dear. And if I was out of sinus rhythm, then I could have a stroke. Oh, that's no fun. That's not normal. Yes. And can they not correct that in some way? With medication or whatever. That's not good. Janine's not township. There's another one. You know the farm game with the red house, the red farmhouse. I can't remember what it's called. It was really big for a while. And then I got bored of it. It's farm something. But it's not Farmville. Lona says, like American Truck Simulator, have to pay for other cities to advance. Yes, they probably, a lot of games, they work like that. But if you think about it, nothing's free and nothing should be free, is it? If they're so-called free games, they're trying to make money one way or the other. So they're hoping with a lot of people playing, someone somewhere will be willing to pay for microtransactions. Because they're, programmers, they're designers working behind the scenes. They have to get paid. So I think the whole free game business model is it's a hoax. Maybe free for some. Someone like me just refused to pay a penny. It's free for me, but I have to endure the adverts or whatever, waiting or whatever. So it's a choice. All right, I am going to bring the thread out and end it. No, why not? Sola says, I don't mind making me pay up front. It's the hidden fees and commercials I mind. Yes. So those free games, some of them don't even offer paying for the game, our free game. It's just their business model is banking on, people playing them, and maybe some of them are willing to pay. I don't think it's a good model at all, because they design the game in a way around that. You know what I mean? So their goal isn't to make a game that's enjoyable. Being enjoyable for the game, to make it addictive, becomes a mean to an end. The end goal is to make money. So that's not a good, way to design a game. If you want to charge me up front. I agree. I'm like that as well. 2 to 1. But I think the microtransaction model is going to fade out, because people are fed up with it. They know it's a lie. Nothing's free. And if it's a really good game, why do we expect it to be free? I think no one is going to complain. Unless you're not charging like crazy amount of money. You know, if it's reasonable, it's a really good game. I don't think anybody is going to have issues with that. Lona says, Yogi, a beta tester is someone who tests the games for mistakes before the games are released to be sold. Ah, I see. So it's a bit like, you know, normally before you release an app or whatever, when I was working designer, there's testing process as well before the release, like trying to debug any kind of issues. Rachel says it's about desensitizing the kittens to the cross-stitch teaching so they're not attacking it. Yes, that's probably a good idea because they could. Those little ones, oh, they can literally just cling on your hoops that, you know, everything stops. But they probably love it because it's just all threads and stuff like that. Cats love that, and fabric and everything. Oh, it's a cat paradise. Craft room. Monique says my chat is not working. Yes, you can refresh it if it's not working. Sometimes a little refresh helps. My chat stopped a little bit as well. I had to refresh a couple of times. Maybe it's a YouTube thing today. I don't know. Elisa says it's just what COVID did to me. It's been a year and now I'm gonna have to retire. I like to play Cafe Land. Oh, I do like those restaurant simulators. I used I used to play that a lot on a commute on a train. Just something to keep you occupied. But I think, you know, mobile games, I don't know. I could be biased because in the very beginning, when mobile devices came out, there was a big kind of surge of popularities with iPad games because with the mobile games. Because for a long time, I did not even touch my consoles because, you know, I was just entertained by mobile games, little apps here and there, you know, like Emily's type of cooking games or whatever. And it's very sort of, you can pick it up for a little while, for half an hour and put it down. Whereas if you play the console games, it's a little bit more time consuming. And for a long time, for years, I wasn't playing console games at all. And but now I think gradually the mobile games are getting really tired because mobile games probably slowly killed by the microtransaction model. People are fed up with it. And so I think I see a decline of mobile gaming. And people are returning to consoles. They're looking for a fuller, experience. The things you can't really experience on mobile games. If you think about Last of Us, if you think about Death Stranding, if you like that game, or that type of stuff, it's so epic. You can't really experience that on mobile games. So it's a very different types of gaming experience. Yes, Cheryl, it was frozen. Everything's frozen. The chat is frozen. My iPad is frozen. See you later, Renee. Good night. Sweet dreams. Elisa says it's true, beating too fast can also cause damage over time. I suppose that, if it's working so hard all the time, it's got to wear the heart out. I hope not, but it's something to think about. Kristen Frederick says Farm Town. I'm surprised no one has come forward with that name. When I hear that name, I would remember. It's a farm game. It's got a red farmhouse, and it's got like cows and chickens. But I just can't remember the name of title of the game. Oh, someone somewhere knows. It was really big for a while, and I'm pretty sure they advertised it on TV as well. Not Farm Simulator. It's an iPad game. Miss Mischief says, so the last video game that I played is Frogger. What? Frogger? As in frogging? Back in the mid-90s. What kind of game is that? Does that have anything to do with frogs? We just zoom in a little bit more. It's a patch of burgundy. What's a frogger? Jeannie Jeannie says the first game I played was Pawn. Really? You played that? Like a stick? With a dot? Jeannie, you're only 12. Do not lie. Two, two, one. Miss Jeeve says, I gave up on Frogger and Miss Pac-Man. And Pac-Man as well. Marsha, hello, good morning. Marsha has a question. Hang on, let me just bring that on. And good morning, Marsha from Australia. Marsha says, can I ask your thought on wooden hoops? I was listening to a floss tuber yesterday. She said hers had ruined her stitches. Have you experienced this, anyone? What? Wooden hoops? I'm using wooden hoops. Marsha, why would it ruin your stitches? Here we go. 400. 400. Hello, Dolly. Hello, the pitiful meow. Babe, what's going on here? What is going on, babe? Hello, Dolly. Honey, what's up? What's up, babe? Oh, now she's walking away. Hey, babe. Oh, can you hear that? The little meow. What's up? What's up with you? She wants something. I think she wants to go out of the front window. Let me go open the window for her. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm going to mute just for a few seconds. Yes, Dolly wanted to go out. You can always tell. She will come to me and give me that pitiful meow, like, oh, mommy, help. And she wants to go out from the front. 400, 400. Okay. Let me pick this up here. I've got this red blob happening. Lona says Minecraft never gets old. I think Minecraft has been around for ages, hasn't it? Has it been around for 10 years, 15 years? Yes, Minecraft is a funny one. And I think it just keeps trying to add new things. But I think it's getting to a point that, I don't know, for me, anyway, it feels like they're just adding more items. The game itself hasn't really changed much. So I have not gone back. I think they just need something to change the gameplay fundamentally, because if you're just adding items is kind of okay. So you go and find panda, so what? Lisa says I'm still addicted to Tetris. Lisa, how about Candy Crush? I do still play from time to time, because I remember playing Candy Crush years ago and then stopped playing it altogether. And just recently, I started to pick it up just out of curiosity. I think they revamped the entire game. So I play from time to time. Just if I have a few minutes, I do that. And again, never pay a penny. I'm the worst customer. They never get anything out of me. Heyday, yes, Janine, that's it. Heyday. I used to play that game a lot and trying to beat it without paying money. And there's an element of exchanging with other people playing it as well. You can sell your produce. So it's a farm game, and you can produce products to sell, and you can actually sell them online. Well, not online, within the game, to other gamers, so they can buy things that you have spare, and you can generate money to expand the game. So that's how it works. Heyday, that's it. It's still around, I think. I don't know whether it's still popular. Clara says it's a Frogger. Frogger is a game. It's a frog. To get across the highway. Really? That's the game? Like crossing the road or the highway, like traveling. And then what? Where do you go? Archery. It's like this legendary, like mystical consoles. Andrea says, I remember Frog and Donkey Kong and Pac-Man. I have not played games since Legend of Zelda. Which one? As in, like the classic ones or because Zelda's got so many different reincarnation. Elisa says, I find it harder to get good wooden hoops now and don't cost much. But why would the hoops destroy stitches? I don't understand it. I'm using wooden hoops pretty much exclusively. I don't have a problem. Gray says, does Dolly allow you to cuddle with her? Well, yes and no. So Dolly, when she's in the mood, she would let me hug her and smell her belly, and I can do all sorts of things. I can pick her up within reason. So Dolly has a lot of, she has her own sort of personal space. She has kind of a certain threshold when it comes to sort of being cuddled. And she doesn't come on my lap. She's not a lap cat, and she doesn't come to us to sleep in bed. She would come find a corner in bed sometimes, and she would sleep in her corner, but she doesn't come and snuggle with us. And when it comes to cuddling, I can pick her up. She will let me do that. Okay, I can hug her for a little bit, and it depends. It varies. Sometimes she will let me hug her for like a couple minutes. That's a good day. Okay, and sometimes 3 seconds. I'll pick her up, and she will go, no, not having it. So she's very affectionate, and but she's not a cuddly cat in a kind of traditional sense. She doesn't come and sleep in bed in between my duvet, and she doesn't wake up, lying on top of my head like some of my other cats they used to do. But she's very affectionate. She would kiss me. She would, let me rub her belly. But some cats just not big on being picked up. She does have that sort of personal space that she wants to maintain. So I kind of just leave it to her. Never force anything on her. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. She's not my toy. There you go. Wow, look at that. Lisa says, Yogi, that's existential question. Why did a frog cross the road? Yes, why? Where does it go? Is there an angle there? Clara says, the frog gets squashed. What? It gets squashed every time because I couldn't get the frog across. So literally it's the frog crossing the road and try to get it over to the road safely. But how about just walk along the pavement and find an alternative route so you don't have to cross the road every time? That sounds dangerous. Get squashed. Oh no. That sounds more violent than Witcher 3. And the next one's 934. 934. Ah, Lisa says cheap hoops splinter and can cause holes in your fabric. What? Or catch up in your stitches. Right. So there are a lot of brands. They're really well made and not expensive at all. I mean, Nudge is one of them, and also LBC as well. I don't know whether it's still around, but I do have a few from them. They're very good as well. But definitely Nudge. Just get a good quality wooden ones. I don't have problems at all. You know, sometimes I keep my fabric on a hoop for ages. Nowadays, I probably change them, swap projects more frequently, but you know, it's not unusual for me to keep a project on a hoop for weeks or months. And when I release the fabric, never had problems. So I think it's probably, you know, it hinges on the quality of the hoop, as Lisa said. Jojo says, I never have wooden hoops break or splinter. Usually the screw pieces break out, but not the wood. Yes, yes. I think it's very unusual for the wood to break. And also, even if the hoop breaks, it shouldn't damage. It shouldn't damage your fabric. I mean, it sounds very unusual. Why did a chicken cross the road? So all sort of creatures want to cross the road. How about unicorn? Or maybe the pegacorn? Do they have to cross the road? And it's a little bit unfair if they can just fly over. And unicorns, they have wings, okay? I don't want to, you know, go back to that debate. They can fly across the road safely. To get to the other side. Okay, the other side. Jojo says, Yogi, you'll be stitching yellow soon. This piece will be lovely. I know, I'm looking for the oranges. There's supposed to be, I think from this point, it transitions into kind of orange colors, which is very exciting. One, two. And also, today's Tuesday. No, today's Sunday. And Monday, we have day off. Okay, Tuesday, we come back. Okay, I get my days mixed up. It's all rolled into one. Sometimes when you're teaching really busy schedule, I get my days all mixed up. Cheryl says, looks like you're gonna have at least 3 orange tulips in that corner. I know. Let me just bring up the markup here. Let me flip the color over one more time, okay? See? I'm literally in this blob of orange. Can you see that? Just next to the green bits. I just need to move up. I need to move up. I'm literally right here. It's here, isn't it? Already, I've got some sort of burgundy. And then there's a whole blob of orange up there. It's all happening. All happening. And where am I? I don't think this is the right color. 1, 2, 3. I don't think this is the right color I'm stitching. 1. Okay, here. Clara says, I think there's another brand of hardwood hoops called Hardwick or something like that. I'm not aware of the brand, but look up Nudge. Nudge, you can't really go wrong with Nudge. And I love the fact that the prices are quite reasonable as well. See you later, Jojo. See you on Tuesday. Enjoy the dinner. And do not forget, we have a marathon, okay? Next week. And if you haven't got a Christmas chart already, you still have a week to sort it out, to get a fabric, get a chart, and come join us. Let's kick off the Christmas early this year. There's one stitch. Oh, literally just one stitch here. Never mind. Hello, Natty. Oh, Natty's having a daughter's birthday party. I hope you had a great time. Must be a handful with all the kids. All right then, I'm going to move up here because there's a whole blob of orange there. Okay, I've got a few stitches of A14. A14. It's kind of reddish. Amanda says, Hardwick Manor hoops are the gold standard of hoops. They're manufactured by Class and Guessman in Germany. I've never heard of them, actually. Interesting. Are they expensive? I'll look them up, actually. I'm looking to get a few more. Because I just broke one recently. Okay. So 4 stitches around here. So 1 and 4. Oh, I probably need to do 1 stop and then move over because they're kind of probably about 5, 6 stitches in between. It's too far away from me to carry my threads. So I'm going to do a little tuck in there. will come out. Oh, Clara has had them as well. It's strange. I never come across the brand, actually. It doesn't sound familiar. Amanda says they're more expensive than some brands, but they last forever. Really? Even with a Yogi's powerful grip? I'll probably need to test it to see how long they last. Because for me, when I break hoops, okay, I have broken the wooden bits before, okay? It only happens once. Normally, is that metal attachment. So no, I like my fabric really tight, drum tight like this. So I pull my fabric and then tighten the screws. So normally is that metal attachment with the screws that's broken. So rarely is the wood itself. And that's why I'm a big fan of Nudge, because their attachment and screws are quite strong. One more here. Lucy, hello. Lucy says, I signed up for a bit to go spend some time with Mr. Lucy. You got too much done. Looks so good. Thank you so much. You know, this blob was probably not here before you left to spend time with Mr. Lucy, okay? And now, have a look. Very nice. And I'm going to take my thread over here and park. All right. It's so weird because on the screen on my app I can see a lot of oranges, but when I look at, hang on, let me try this. It looks brown to me. Where are the oranges? Let me flip the chart over. Yes, I can see a lot of oranges. I think there's a lot of transitional colors. It does build up to orange, but it takes quite a few shades before that happens. So I'm going to be patient, okay? I'm going to come back here and start filling in the remaining, I think 3 stitches over here. 939, 939. Passion for stamping. Hello. Good evening. Amanda says, I have a hoop that's 40 years old. Whoa. But the thing is, though, did you use the hoop for 40 years, though? If you just keep it there, you know, in a drawer, I'm sure they probably last very long. Was it used? Passion says, I tried Nudge hoops, but I prefer the Morgan hoops. Oh, I need to look that up. I welcome any kind of brands that's good, because I love hoops. I just need really strong ones, you know, that the screws don't just break. Because cheaper ones, the brackets are very thin, and you just end up breaking them very easily. Now, I'd love to try the what is it? Q-snap, the Nudge version of Q-snap. I'll probably get one to try it out. Because the thing with hoops is that it does take a little bit of, work to load up the fabric. You have to tighten the fabric and, tighten the screw, etc. So it takes, normally, typically, it probably takes about 10-15 minutes for me to set up a hoop properly. And in the process, I break hoops. Okay, this is what I do. This is how I roll. But the thing is, the Q-snap is very convenient when it comes to loading fabric. It's a lot easier, isn't it? But it just the classic one, they just don't do a very good job in terms of retaining the tension, which I desperately need. Why is that one? No. Oh yes. Okay. I need to focus on this area. Whoops. And the next one is 801. 801. Alisa says Yogi, the hoop breaker. Yes, not a fire starter, but a hoop breaker. This is how we roll here. I know. The strong grip, the power of the grip. Cheryl says, how many hoops do you have and use? I actually have a lot of hoops of various sizes, but I think recent years with this type of project, I end up only use the ones that's between probably 8 inches up to 12, 11, 12. That's the range I mostly use. But I do have quite a few smaller ones kind of lying around throughout, the ones I got throughout the years. And the ones I've actively used right now, my sweet spot has been, so this one is actually a little bit bigger. This one is probably about 12 inches. But my sweet spot recently has been, I think 8 inches. Because you can focus on where you're stitching quite nicely. Because sometimes when you have quite large hoops, it's slightly trickier to frame if you're starting from the corners. You don't have enough sort of spare fabric to tighten the fabric properly. So I think 8 inches, or no, 10. Actually, not 8 inches. 10 inches is kind of, I don't know, 8 to 10. I don't know. I need to get my ruler out. But somewhere there, between 8 to 10 inches, it's kind of my sweet spot. And it's very easy. And it's quite nice to kind of crop out the area you don't need to pay attention to as well. It reduces a little bit of the fatigue just looking at the same pattern the same picture. You know, if you have frames, large frames, essentially you're looking at the full area, the whole area that you're stitching all of the time. And for me, that can be visually quite, you know, tiring sometimes. So if you use smaller hoops, that means you crop out certain areas that you don't have to think about right now. Amanda says, I remember being so offended by the Morgan hoop when I first got it. No one warned me that it bit the fabric. And I did break the Morgan hoop. What do you mean it bit the fabric? Elisa says, now I think about it, I'm not sure why I moved to plastic hoops. I think it's because they were cheaper, but always prefer wooden. Plastic ones? Oh, you mean like round ones, but plastic? Because a lot of square ones, they're plastic as well. I tried one of a random brand. I didn't like it. It didn't hold the fabric properly. It's not even. Maybe better brands will do a better job. I think wood are, you know, wooden hoops. They're kind of, you know, been around for a long time for good reasons, because it's just they're durable, but also flexible as well. Whereas plastic, there isn't any give. I think plastic is plastic. It doesn't, there's no room to stretch, you know. Oh, Lucy, have you changed your name? Good job. Good job you reminded me that, because otherwise I just, I think it's a new person. So Lucy, yes, it was longer before, wasn't it? Yes, so now it's Lucy. There's one more down here. Ah, so there's some issues with certain types of hoops. Andrea says I used wooden hoops mostly. I have a wooden scroll frame for one large project. Yes, I always wonder though, if you have something like a supersize Heaven and Earth, is there any, well, I suppose Komari is stitching supersize, but she's stitching sideways. She turns the project 45 degrees in order to accommodate the width of the scroll. I think if you do something like full size Heaven and Earth, you can probably find frames that works, but it's very large, so it doesn't work for everybody. Oh, and to answer the previous question, I think someone was asking me how many hoops I've got. I think the active ones that I'm using right now, maybe about 8 or 9. I keep wanting to add more, but I just keep forgetting. And but I do have a lot more. They're just not the sizes I'm using right now, but the ones they're actively, being used for my whips, probably about 8 right now. I like to build it up to about 15 because then it reduces the times that I have to move the fabric, which probably is doing damages to the hoops as well. The more you have to screw and unscrew, you just creates more opportunities for it to break. Let me pop this one here. Oh my God, it's 12:30. How did we get here? The last time I checked, it was 11:30. What happened to the past hour? What was that about? I think I just fell into a time warp and just woke up right now. Right, in that case. I haven't got to the orange bit yet. I've been working for 4 hours trying to get there. But it's okay. I think I'm pretty close. I'm going to pick one more color. Oh, where's time gone, really? 7:80. I literally felt like I just checked about 15 minutes ago and it was 11:30. 7:80. My last color, 7:80. It's a brown. See you later, Susan. Night, sweet dreams. Yes, I'm gonna go to sleep, okay, Sola, after a couple of stitches. I didn't realize it was 12:30. It's shocking. I'm gonna just do a couple more stitches. Just from here. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. Amanda says you are supposed to take the fabric out of the hoop every session so it doesn't get permanently marked. Well, I'm quite I rarely take my fabric out of the hoops unless I need to free up the hoop for something else, or maybe I need to move the fabric to stitch on a different area. But to be honest, I genuinely never notice any problems with the fabric. When you first remove the fabric, if you leave it there for a while, there's a little bit of a creases and kinks, but that's it. Once you reframe it, everything stretches out. I literally never come across any problem. The only one occasion was, I think it was 28 counts, one of my projects. I could feel that the threads kind of get stretched, distorted somehow. But I could, that was corrected very quickly just by using a needle just to move the threads back to position. So not really any problem. So I don't know. I'm not saying it never happens to anybody. I'm just saying that that's not really a common thing. Maybe it happens for whatever reason to some people sometime, but I've been pretty bad at moving fabric. That's how I learned what I was told as well, just by watching some stitches. But to be honest, I never had problems. In fact, I think it's probably better not to move the fabric too frequently for me, so my hoops can last a little bit better. All right then, that's my last stitch. Lucy says, time flies when you're having fun. Lucy, let me tell you, I stitch with you guys 4 hours at a time. It flies. If you told me before, I started stitching kind of, this period of time, every single time, if you say, hey, Yogi, just go sit there for 4 hours and stitch, I'll probably go, no, I can't do it. I'll give you an hour. 4 hours is just, ridiculous. But it just flies every single time. It's like, particularly the time between 11:30 and 12:30, it just disappears. It's shocking. I don't know why. Yes. And normally that's when a lot of times the chat kind of starts to build up, to a certain topic. And you're just so engrossed in the chat. Elisa says he always washes and irons out. Yes, for me, it doesn't even require that. You just need to stretch it out on a different hoop and everything's fine. Clara says, yes, Yogi, you're dreaming of flying unicorns thanks to trusting everything you read on the internet. Yes, flying unicorns. Do not deny that, Clara. You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it. It's on the internet. It's true. Okay? And so it's time for yogis to fly with unicorn, yeah? And let me show you what I've done today, okay? So today, my mission was to find the orange colors. And I have, found some shades of oranges here. And, I think from this point, the colors start to build up a little bit brighter. But my suspicion is, I think the mock-up is slightly brighter than actual, thread colors. That's my, I could be wrong because this is really just the bottom corner there. So let me show you the mock-up, okay, if you haven't seen it. Can you see that? Bottom left there. That's where I am. It looks slightly brighter. It feels like instantly you hit the pink. And indeed, you can see the pink here. Can you not see the pinks? But it's not as pink. It's more purpley, darker colors. So I think that there may be some little bit of a shading differences between the markups and the actual thread colors. But I don't mind. Eventually, I'm going to hit those yellows and pinks and a lot of greens, okay? And this is a stitch I'm working on today. It's from Stitches So Beautiful. It's called Vibrant Fusion, and indeed, that's what it is. And let me show you, I want to share with you my stitch counts, okay? Guys, are you ready? 5 million stitches, Lisa. Oh, Lisa has faith in me. My favorite. Rajal is having spooky bingo. Which one? And 99 Rajal. Guys, are you ready? I'm going to count down to 3, 2, and 1. Go. Oh, guys. Yeah? How do you like this? The grand total of stitches Yogi has done today is 361. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised. I didn't think it was going to be this many. I was thinking maybe 250. What do you think, guys? Yes, do you think Yomari has made an appearance? This is not just over 300. It's 61 stitches over 300, guys. I had no idea. It's weird with this method. It feels like you're dealing with a lot of pass threads, etc. For some reason, it's been a little bit faster than other stitching parking method. Because normally, if I'm cross-countrying, it's a little bit faster, isn't it? If it's not too confetti. Yes, I'm very pleased. 361. Yeah. Yomari. Yeah. Yomari was stitching today. Yes, we never know until the end, isn't it, Grace? And yes, I'm very happy. And I thought Yomari was on holiday for a little bit, maybe taking a nap. But no, Yomari was here, okay? I had no idea. And guys, it was happy stitching with you. And Monday, yes, Monday is off day at the moment. I'm working in the evening. And so I will see you on Tuesday, okay, with another project. And we have the a marathon to look forward to on Saturday as well. So start building up your strengths, start warming up, do your training, and meet me here on Saturday as well. But before that, we have more training sessions to go, and I'll see you on Tuesday. And from the sleepy London town is 40 past 12. Yogi signing out. And be good and eat well, eat kales. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Night night. Bye bye. And I'll go meet unicorns with